Cedar Rapids Mayor Tiffany O'Donnell joining us here in the studio at Broadcast Park to talk about lawmakers' plans for a potential casino moratorium. So we are less than a month out from the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission's final decision on a casino license for Cedar Rapids. But if a moratorium passes before then, that will be kind of a moot point, right?
I have every confidence in our legislature that they're going to allow the Racing and Gaming Commission do the work that they and the governor tasked it to do, and that was to fact find without politics. The commission is there to look objectively at the potential for a new casino in Iowa, and it would be really unfortunate if the legislature were to circumvent their work.
So State House member Bobby Kaufman said that if this would pass, this would put a ban in place until 2029. So 4 years until then. So if that happens, what would be next?
Yeah. Well, Nicole, I am not, I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals because we really are focused on, first and foremost, getting that license in front of the Racing and Gaming Commission so they can, without bias or politics, decide whether or not our state, can handle another license. I firmly believe that the studies that they commissioned indicate that not only is Cedar Rapids and our metro able to and want this type of gaming here, but the state could use it to the tune of $60 million in new revenue. $60 million in new revenue. That's statewide. Forget about what it does for Cedar Rapids. That's for a state that is, thankfully giving property tax payers all kinds of relief. But, police and fire still need to be paid for. Streets need to be paid for. So that money needs to come from somewhere. And those studies show a minimum of $60 million in new money would come into the state to fill that gap if we were able to get that casino in Cedar Rapids.
So we have a couple of weeks until this bill could be introduced in the 2025 legislative session. So what is the city and development groups doing right now to try to fight this push?
Well, we continue to tell the story of this casino, which is really a one-of-a-kind, nothing like it in the state. It represents the way that people game today. The sports book is set up to really answer the growing needs of people who like to be in a room together gaming. It is an entertainment facility that happens to have a casino in it. I don't know about you, but last time I went to Vegas, I actually did not play blackjack or even play the slots on that trip, but I did go to a show and I did go out to eat many times. This facility answers the way that people game today. And so not only will it help the gaming industry be sustained in this state, I firmly believe that it'll be a game changer and honestly make us more relevant than ever.
So despite some elected leaders and some casino operators saying, hey, a new casino coming to Iowa, or specifically Cedar Rapids, could potentially harm the revenue and some staff members' jobs at Riverside, you're still in full support of the proposed casino for Cedar Rapids.
Absolutely, Nicole. And when you look at this study versus the last study, the cannibalization is the word they use. The rest of us say competition. It shows that it would actually have less of an impact this time around than the numbers showed last time. And as a basketball fan, I like to use the analogy of Caitlin Clark. Imagine if the Indiana Fever said, we don't want Caitlin Clark because she's going to take shots away from Kelsey Mitchell. She's going to take attention away from Aaliyah Boston. Thank God they didn't do that, because I now know who the Indiana Fever are, and I have the WNBA bookmarked on my laptop. That's because of Caitlin Clark in good competition. While it's not obviously exactly the same, I think the premise is the same. An innovative casino is going to help everybody else be better. And not only that, it's going to provide new revenue to the tune of $60 million for the entire state. Are we looking out for casino operators, or are we looking out for the taxpayers in the state of Iowa? And it's my hope that the Racing and Gaming Commission thinks it's the latter, and that the legislature will get out of the way and let them do their job.
All right. And before we go, is there anything else that you would like to add about this?
No, I think if people are so inclined, I hear from a lot of people who are incredibly supportive of this particular casino and development. And I encourage you to reach out to your lawmakers, reach out to the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission, and maybe you'll even put a link to the commission, if we're lucky, on your website so that people can let them know that we as a county voted twice, overwhelmingly, to have a gaming license in our community. The second largest state, a city in the state, deserves that. The taxpayers not only here in Lynn County deserve that, but those studies show state taxpayers deserve it as well.
All right. Mayor Tiffany O'Donnell, everyone, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.